What's shaking, man?
Hey, how's it going, Rich?
It's going real good. What can I do for you, brother?
Good. Well, I actually read your book not too long ago. I've been following you for a long time too. Um, I have a question about trying to get over anger towards women, just in
Okay.
general. Um, how do I just not care anymore?
Give me the background story so I understand where the caring's coming from.
Um, well, just female nature in general. Like my mom did it to my dad when they got divorced. I see it in the workplace, just
Hmm.
even trying to spin plates with other girls and stuff. They all have this narrative and it just makes me so mad. Like I almost just don't even want to deal with it
Why do you
anymore.
get mad? Why does it anger you?
Um, I just feel like they don't maybe intentionally try to screw over men, but they always do at one point or another.
Well, for one sex to advance its cause, it's going to come at the expense of the other sex. You read that part of my book, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's only 200 pages. I mean, I could have made it 800 pages, but I only made it 200 pages because I just wanted to distill down the main points. So, if there's a piece of advice I can give you, if you have the book, is read it 2 or 3 times. That being said, how old are you?
I'm 24.
And like heartbroken, is that what brought you the red pill, or was it something else?
Um, I guess you could say that, but I mean that was just a long time ago.
So what
Like,
happened? She bounced on you. She banged your best friend. Like what happened?
um, she started doing meth and heroin behind my back,
Well,
and it just went into a downward spiral. She started stealing from me the whole 10 yards. So,
okay. So I mean, like, here's a question that I'm going to come at you with now: is why do you care? Like these are red flags. Like this would easily be like she did meth and heroin could easily be red flag number 21 from my book.
yeah.
I mean, I could have had 80 red flags in there. I could have had probably 800 if I wanted to keep going, but I wanted to keep it down to the main shit. I mean, not everybody's going to have an experience with a chick that does meth and heroin, but I kind of expect guys, if they're reading my stuff and watching my stuff, to understand if she's doing these kind of drugs, it's kind of a fucking deal breaker. Like you're on your
Oh,
own.
yeah. Yeah, I didn't even
Right.
know about this whole red bill thing 5, 6 years ago. But
Right. But I mean, like, how old was this chick?
she was 17 and I was like 19 at the time.
Okay. And you're still thinking about that. You're 24 now, right?
I mean, I usually don't think about it anymore. I've moved on.
What is it about women that annoys you and frustrates you? Like when you see things happen at work?
Um, they expect you to hold their hand through the whole thing. Does that make sense?
Yeah, well, it's a double standard because I mean they've been going on about how they're so strong and independent, but at the same time they want you to hold their hand and walk them through, like they want you to lead them. So
Exactly.
whenever there's a conflict between what's said and what the behavior is, watch the behavior, watch what women respond to. So if they respond to a strong masculine alpha man with a strong frame that likes, that can lead women and women are interested in following, then do that. Never mind the, hey, I want to be equal. I want to make as much money as a man. I don't like this $1.74, and every dollar, like, sorry, I don't like the 74 cents on every dollar, sorry, a man makes. You get the point though, right? It's like
Yeah.
all of that
Yeah.
blah, blah, fucking blah about politics, gender issues, feminine, just ignore it. Just lead. You don't have to worry about conflicts between what's said and what's done because you're always going to believe the behavior. So once you understand female nature and their behavior, then you respond to the behavior, right? You're not going to respond to the words
Okay.
as
Yeah, that
much
makes sense.
because if there's a conflict, the behavior trumps the words, right?
Right. Exactly.
That's all it is, dude. Like you just have to keep like going through it and looking at opportunities to see the world in a new light because once you kind of like read my book and you watch a bunch of my videos, there's a lot of shit that I've talked about over the years. I mean, I've got over 100 episodes now on this playlist, But a lot of stuff I've talked over the years with a lot of different fucking guys, and it's like, okay, that didn't work. Let's stop doing that and let's do this, right?
Yeah, definitely.
And not get mad because you have to do this, because that's where guys get mad. It's like, I'm doing this. I've always done this. I was always told to do this. This is how I'm going to do things. And I don't want to stop doing this and doing that. Too bad, buddy. You have to do that.
So can I ask what you would do in a certain situation?
Go.
All right. So I was at the bar Saturday night, right? And I was with my stepbrother and his wife.
Okay.
So my stepbrother, he starts puking all over the place. He got way too drunk. And his wife starts talking to this other guy. I'm trying to get him out of there because the bar's closing. It's super late. Right in front of me, she's getting this other guy's number. I take her back home, both of them, and I get a phone call from him like 2 hours later, like, hey, she's gone, like, she's over at some dude's house. Like, this is exactly why I just have so much anger towards women. Is like, this literally just happened the other night. So, like,
Okay.
what could I have done to make that different?
Well, you could have done a few things. I mean, you could have called her out on it. She probably wouldn't care. But I mean, the question that I'm asking myself is, why do you surround yourself with low caliber people? Meth addicts, guys that fucking go out partying and barfing their brains out in front of their girlfriend. I mean, you can't blame his wife for talking to another guy that's not a fucking, passed out on the floor drunk.
Yeah, I guess
Right.
the problem
It's
is,
in her nature to want to have like the best guy in her life, and passed out drunk on the floor is fucking loser. I'm sorry, he's your brother and all that, but that's loser
oh yeah,
fucking
no, I
mode.
get it.
So if the other
Yeah.
guy's like stand up dude and he's funny and he's had a few drinks and he's not passed out on the floor, I mean, should she have done that because she's married? Probably not. But that's what fucking chicks do.
Yeah.
Right. So you just have to look at it and be like, look, man, if you don't want her bouncing on you and banging some other guy, then don't be a passed out drunk on the floor like a loser, for starters, because that's what you can't control. You can't control her. I mean, you could start talking to this guy about red pill concepts and be like, hey, man, you should read this book over here. It's a really good book, by the way. It's on Amazon, print, Kindle,
Oh, I have.
Audible.
I have. And
No, I'm doing my sales pitch. But I mean, like, you get the point, though, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. I mean, women are going to be women. It's why when a hot girl walks out wearing very little clothing with big boobs and a round butt, I'm going to look at it. I don't care who's with me. Doesn't matter to me. I'm a guy. That's what I do. Right.
Yeah.
Women, husbands passed out drunk on the floor. I bet you there's other stuff going on in that relationship that you don't know about. That's probably not the first time. I'm sure that she's raised concern about his drinking habits, perhaps. I don't know. But you can't get mad at her. She's a hoe. All women are garden tools, given the right circumstances, right? The only time they're not is if they get up in the morning and they look at you and they're like, this guy's the best I could do. I'm real happy with that. I'm going to make sure that I come home tonight and I cook dinner. I'm going to wear that little black dress and I'm going to do everything that he likes in the bedroom because he's the best I can do.
That's what I need to find.
Well, how are you going to find that if you're hanging out with meth heads and guys that get pissed drunk and fall on the floor? I used to have this friend that I used to hang out with in my 20s and my 30s, way too long. I let the guy hang around way too long. Exactly like that. Loud, obnoxious. He was a bad drunk. He was an angry drunk. He was a physical drunk. And exactly like that. Exactly like that. You can't level up in life if you let people like that into your life. I'm not saying, be a jerk to him or never see him again. I mean, you got family events, maybe do those, but is there something that you could have possibly done that would have been a better use of your time on Saturday night than hanging out with your passed out drunk brother? Stepbrother, right?
Yeah, stepbrother. Yeah.
Okay, whatever. So it's arm's length, but you get the point, right?
Yeah, definitely do.
I mean, you could have found something better to do with your time. You could have watched a documentary on a business leader. You could have read my book for the second time. You could have gone through some Evo Psych books. You know, you could have, I don't know, taken a course online. I don't know. But was it a good use of your time to hang out with the meth head? No. Was it a good time? Like, you've got to start making some better choices in your life. Like, wearing a "just do it" on your shirt ain't going to make shit happen. You actually have to do shit.
I get it. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, Michael
Yeah.
Jordan fucking did it.
Oh, it definitely did.
You want a good book to read? You know, follow up to kind of like, you know, get your mindset into like, you know, that whole athletic leadership sort of thing. Read Relentless by Tim S. Grover.
Okay.
Okay. The guy worked with all the top athletes, and he tells all the fucking stories about how fastidious these guys were about being successful at their craft. And you'll get an idea of the kind of choices you have to make if you want to be successful and get better results out of life.
Yeah, definitely.
That's where you got to start for yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I definitely need to do that for sure.
Okay, man. Appreciate it. And do me a solid, if you did read the book through, go to Amazon and leave me a nice review there, written review. It helps out.
Okay, right on.
All right, bro. Thanks.
All right, thank you.